Hi everyone, welcome back. I've returned to Great Yarmouth today to go and check out a very historic building on the seafront. It was once home to an aquarium, people used to ice skate on the roof, and Cilla Black had her own dressing room here. It used to be so much more than a cinema. It's gone through some big changes in the past couple of years and has had a recent overhaul. You might remember it as the Hollywood Cinema. It's now known as the Ark Cinema, and I've been invited to go and check it out. So let's go and have a look. Look at this. This is crazy. So most of you will know this is one of the most recognisable buildings on the seafront, and Darren has very kindly offered to show me around. Thank you very much, Darren.
You're very welcome.
Now Darren, thankfully, also knows a lot of history about the building, which is amazing, because we were just talking about the fact that it used to be a place that artists would come, like Cilla Black and Oscar Wilde would come here and perform. It was also an aquarium. Now, you remember that this signage used to say Great Yarmouth Aquarium, but what did that actually mean? There are actually hidden aquariums still inside the cinema, which is absolutely fascinating. But we thought we'd start the tour right at the front, and if you used to come here as the Hollywood Cinema, you will notice how different this actually looks at the moment. Do you know what? I really miss smelling popcorn because I haven't been to the cinema for about a year. So it is actually really strange coming in here without the smell of popcorn. It's almost like you need some of those plug-in deodorizer things that can give us the smell of popcorn. So Darren's going to take us around. Let's do the tour. So we're going to start where the main entrance, where you are familiar with coming into the cinema. As you can see, it is done very nicely. Very swish for Yarmouth, Darren. Very swish for Yarmouth.
Very high end.
But let's go and see something that is still here that a lot of people might remember when they went to the toilets.
So when we were doing the refurbishment, a lot of people said, have you retained the aquarium? The answer is yes. But because of lockdown, obviously, we haven't restocked it yet. So we've got to clean it all out, and it's going to be completely refurbished for when we reopen after lockdown.
What is absolutely fascinating about this is one of the original aquariums that used to be here. Is that right, Darren?
That is correct, yes. So that's one of the original aquariums from the late 18th century. There was originally 4 of these, but there's obviously just one left now.
Now, there are not many cinemas in this country that have aquariums built behind the walls of the cinema screens. It is very weird, but amazingly fascinating as well. I mean, if we just check out, I mean, this is proper solid stuff. And so what kind of fish are you going to put in there?
Well, I haven't decided yet.
It's not as simple as going down the...
Definitely Nemo.
Yes, Nemo's got to go in there. So obviously this whole frontage bit has completely changed.
That has indeed, yes.
Oh, good selection of pick and mix. Are you ever tempted to just kind of like...
No,
just
on a diet.
Oh, are you? Okay. So not many people get to see behind the scenes of a cinema. Look, there is no popcorn on the floor. Because you always expect everywhere to be popcorn, but obviously it must be a painstaking task to be cleaning it up all the time. But that is what you call... Now, as popcorn machines go, is this a good one?
That is a very good one.
How quick does it make popcorn?
Very quick.
Does it? It is made fresh, right?
Yeah, so all our popcorn here is made fresh.
And the thing is that you're absolutely right, because I remember... I can't remember which cinema it was, but I remember seeing bags of popcorn.
Yes.
And then they were just shoved in there, and I used to be gutted about that because I want the fresh, like, you know, with the kettle on.
Exactly. So a lot of cinemas, they buy it in, and that has a shelf life of up to 3 months. So it sits in a stock room for 3 months. All our popcorn is made fresh daily.
Now there's a big advert for you.
At the end of the day, any popcorn not sold is disposed of.
In your mouth. You were telling me this is so interesting because I saw this and thought, well, that's nice they put it there, but looks a bit strange putting it in the cinema. But that's an original piece of artwork.
Yeah, so that's from the original aquarium. When they were doing the restoration works, they found it hidden behind the wall. It was in a bad state, so we got a local art expert in to completely restore it.
That's fascinating because we was talking about the fact that when this was the aquarium, when people used to enter the building, it was from the rear entrance.
That's right.
So that is where what Roses, or I forget what that's called now. What would this area be then?
I have no idea. That's one thing. I think they did originally. They moved the entrance to the front after a couple of years, but when it first opened, I know it was at the back because at the it used to have the dining rooms where screen 2, isn't it? Well, screen 5 now used to be screen 2.
Oh, I see.
So that was a ballroom.
Was it?
And it used to have the restaurants up there as well.
See, you didn't realise how much history, but the fact that this was hidden behind a wall for God knows how many years, do you reckon?
A lot of years.
And it's all been painstakingly and carefully retouched. And it'd be interesting to see if anyone in the comments would know who the original artist was. So if you remember the cinema, it used to be a big Dalek. Where did that Dalek go?
I have no idea.
Wasn't there a like a Doctor Who phone box as well?
There was, yeah. So the Doctor Who phone box used to be in the corner, and then there was some memorabilia. But as you can see, the cinema's so modern now that just wouldn't fit in anymore.
No, I guess you're right. Although this has always been here.
That has.
So this is one of the old projectors.
Yeah, this is one of the original projectors. What was used in the building.
You think back in the day, of course, someone had to physically load the films on there.
And that was me.
Was it you? I didn't want to insult you by saying, do you actually remember doing that? But how long did that used to take?
Oh, in the end, because you were running 5 screens, all with 35mm film, you could literally lace them in seconds.
Really?
I could probably still do it now.
So was this one actually used in the building?
Yeah, so this one came out of the old Screen 5, and I think it was taken out about 2013. So they were still in use as long as, so not that long ago.
Okay, so let's go further up here. Now, what I said about this building, which is very unique, is that it's like time has stood still. And being an aquarium, before we go and check out these screens, you're going to show us something that is very fascinating, yes. Which my mind is blown.
So it isn't a cleaner's cupboard, so where our cleaning supplies are.
Yeah.
But we do have one of the original tanks.
Look at this. This is crazy. That is in here. Let me go wide angle. So basically what people would have done is when they came into the aquarium, they would have walked past
That's right.
these and seen, what, fish. And you were saying to me there used to be like someone used to go into the tanks.
That's right, yeah. So we've seen in the history that the diver used to go in with a brass helmet on and he'd dive in. And obviously, you know, all the children would watch and be in complete amazement because it's something they just hadn't seen before.
That is totally amazing. There obviously is no water in them, but
there's definitely not. No.
So how big are these? How big are they? How far do they go back?
They would have gone right back. So they were massive tanks.
So like, I know there's a bit of a hole there, but you don't know how large the actual tank is.
Well, the original aquarium level was down through here, so we're on a raised level now. So the original aquarium level was down here.
And this is, do you know, I've always wondered this actually when I've been in the cinema and I've seen this area here, and I've always thought, I wonder what this is all about and why this is here. But
so this is the scale of the tanks. You can see how big they would have originally been. So this was the original aquarium level, and the tanks were as big as that.
That is crazy. What is up there then?
That's the fire exit to one of the screens.
Now you see, whenever I've come in here, I've thought, oh, I wonder what's up there, but there's just a fire exit. So we're in screen number 1, and Darren has just told me something really interesting. Obviously, this used to be known as the aquarium. What used to be behind, or what used to be here?
So when they'd done the restoration works, they took all the original floors out, and I saw something what I've heard about but never seen. And one of the main exhibits when it was an aquarium is they had crocodiles from the Nile.
Hang on. They had real crocodiles.
Real crocodiles. And this, you've got to remember, in the Victorian times, this was something what people would never have got the chance to see. So people would have travelled far and wide to see the Nile crocodiles in Great Yarmouth.
Wow.
And, so the crocodile pit used to be under this area here. And there's no pictures in existence.
No. If anyone has got any photos or like an old programme that they've seen, because you also said they used to have horses in here. Or you believe there used to be horses in here as well?
Yeah, so there was. I found some information saying that they used to do a show in here when it was the aquarium where they'd have horses running around in a circle.
Wow, it was almost like a circus then.
It was, yes.
See, you never knew that. So when you're here in Screen 1 enjoying your favourite movie next time, just remember what used to be underneath there. Absolutely fascinating. So this is screen number 2.
Yes.
Again, quite dinky. But obviously you've got 2 humongous screens, and then you've got a few smaller screens as well, with very nice, luxurious seating, which feels like leather, smells like leather, but apparently it's not. But hey, I tell you what, if I had this in my house, I'd tell people it's leather. I've always been interested to know how thick these are.
They're not very thick.
Wow, look at that. And is this material something special or what? In fact, I can see holes in it.
Yeah, it's perforated. That's for the sound to come through, because obviously the speakers are behind.
Sounds stupid because I didn't even know that. There's obviously speakers in the ceiling, but I didn't know there was speakers behind the screens.
They're your main speakers, so you've got left, right and centre.
See, just to humorise me, Darren, what's through there?
Fire exit.
Okay. See, there I'm going, oh, what's behind that door? Oh, it's just a fire exit. So when you see the front of the building, you might come to realise that there is a balcony on the front. And I have to ask the question, Darren, would you allow me to go on the balcony?
Yeah, that's fine.
He's such a nice guy. And it's obviously probably one of the best views of the seafront. And if you're familiar with the webcam in Great Yarmouth, it's where the webcam is. All right, let's go and check it out. And through this secret door. So we go through the doors. And I think this is probably one of the most famous views of Great Yarmouth, isn't it, really?
Well, it definitely is. If you look at any old postcards, it will take you from off this balcony.
Yeah. And FYI, I know it's windy up here. Oh, pigeon, watch out. That's where the webcam is of Great Yarmouth seafront. Point of reference to the tower, Britannia Pier, and the new Marina Centre. Now, Darren, we've got to ask a question, right? You've got a car park here. Mm-hmm. Who is that for? Are you allowed to park in if you come to the cinema?
No, it's for cinema guests, so we are getting a barrier put on, so there will be a barrier put on before we reopen.
Right. When you say for cinema guests?
Yeah, so for cinema customers, so that's
only
free parking, yes.
Yeah, so if you're trying to get parked in here on a summer's day, forget it unless you come to see a film. But again, the architecture of the building, it's all this yellow stone that we see a lot around Great Yarmouth in some of the historic buildings. I mean, we were just saying here is where you had to go and change.
Yeah, so that used to be the reader with the plastic letters you used to clip on. And doing that on a windy day was not fun.
Do you remember that? Seeing what film, and I always remember seeing what film I wanted to go and see, and then seeing the age rating,
yes.
And then realising I can't go and see it. But yeah, that used to be there.
So also the building as well has got the 3 feathers on the top. That's why it was the Royal Aquarium.
Let's can we go and quickly check out this screen here, because most people remember if you used to come here on a movie night and you had, is this screen number 2?
It's screen 5 now. It used to be screen number 2.
That was it. That's sad that I remember that. And I always remember going, it's a long walk to this screen, but by far something that I never remember seeing, you can now see. And I'm talking about the roof and the architecture in here, which we'll see in a second. But yeah, lovely new carpet. So it smells like a new house.
It does, yes.
Now I remember there used to be like a kiosk just here.
Yeah, so that's gone because originally there used to be a separate cinema, so it was Cinema 2, so it used to have its own entrance at the bottom of the stairs.
Did it?
Own box office at the bottom of the stairs, and that was the concessions counter up here.
Oh, I did not know that. If we have a look through, straight away when you come up, you actually see the ceiling, which I never remember, because they've put some lights in up here, I never remember seeing this, and you can really see the architecture of this cinema. How good does that look?
So that's one thing, when Ark, the developers came in, they obviously appreciated the architecture of this screen and wanted to restore it to its former glory. So they put the lights in to obviously highlight that. That
was a good idea. It really was a good idea. Now, you're going to take me down through this door.
Yes.
Because it's quite special going down there, isn't it?
It is.
I'm very excited to see this, because if you look at the history books, it used to be an aquarium, but one of the highlights, and I don't know whether it was because whether it was anything to do with the aquarium or it was why it was there, but people used to be able to go ice skating on the roof.
That's correct.
Do you know why that was?
I have no idea.
And do you know,
I think it was just one of the attractions, so obviously, you know, it was something else the aquarium could offer.
Was that only in winter, or was it because, here we go, look at this is part of the cinema. You wouldn't normally see there's a step there. I'll follow you. So as we come out onto the roof, look, as you can see, so this would have been an area where, and obviously none of this would have been here.
No,
this would have gone across, and people would have been ice skating.
That's correct.
And what a view they would have.
Yeah, so it's one of the views that not many people get to see in Great Yarmouth.
No, definitely.
In the summer, it's fantastic when you can see the beach busy and the bowling greens and queues outside the stalls as well.
Yeah, it's a great shot of Britannia Pier.
And also you can see the development of the new marina centre as well.
Yeah, you can, just down there. So obviously, you said that obviously if you imagine this building not being here and obviously people were ice skating, there must have been like a little shop or something to get drinks and stuff like that.
Yes. I think
wow.
They used to serve teas original as well.
Yeah, I mean the detailing of the building.
Well, the other thing, history, they used to have the, during the war, they used to have the gunners up here.
Did they really?
Yes.
What, facing out to sea, obviously?
Yes.
Prime position.
That is.
Is that a chimney?
That is.
Why?
We've been trying to work that out. We think it goes to the old shop, so whether it was originally...
Oh, of course, there's shops. Yeah,
right,
what's
yes.
I'm trying to remember what's...
So there's shops under here.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And that used to be the old bath when it was a theatre.
Oh, I see, right. Because of course this is attached to the other building that is next door, of course, but you don't have access to that.
Okay,
so you can't slip in there and have a have a look-see. But it's really weird coming out of there and then just like literally coming into this cinema screen here. Who would have realised all that was there? And talking of the projection rooms, we can see one just there. I've always been fascinated to see what they look like inside. Can we go and have a look?
We can.
So a room that a lot of people don't get to see, and I think people's imagination of these projector rooms are different now to what they used to be as well. Because I imagine it, like you say, with an old projection reel. Even though we know everything is digital, they're probably different, right?
They are very different now, yes.
So look at these old... I'm trying to remember some of these movies, actually.
I think they're all 70s.
Are they all 70s? One Division 3D, does anyone remember that one? And of course, look at that, Return of the Jedi. That was when, for me as a kid, it was exciting to go to the cinema. When you saw a movie poster like that, you'd be like, I want to see it. Wow. Yeah, I think a lot of these are 70s.
Yeah.
That's not a movie, is it? What's that?
No, that's for the hippodrome.
Oh, I see, right. When does that... Oh, that's just a... Yeah, okay.
Great boy.
So these are the projection rooms now, and so tell us, like, this thing here, it's pretty big. Why are they still so big then? If it's all digital, why are they so big? Is it to do with the mirrors and all that?
It is, so it's obviously, they still use xenon lamps, so they're still high powered, and they've got so many servers and electrical components in them that they have to be quite big. And then you've got your TMS, which is your theatre management system.
Right.
And with that, basically all the films now come down the phone line.
Oh, do they?
Just load onto the projector.
Amazing. Back in the day, obviously you would have to, I don't know, get like a package like this with the new movies in it.
Yeah, they used to come in reels, so the average film was sort of 6 to 8 reels, and they used to have to join them all up. And
I have no idea. I'm not going to press anything, so don't worry. But you were saying that no one needs to be in here, because didn't you used to work as a projectionist here?
Yes. Yeah, so before we used to have to manually lace up all the projectors and start every film, put the lights down, open the masking, change the lenses. But now simply we just program it all. I can even program it remotely. So we just program it all up, and that just runs all the shows for the week. So
am I right in saying that you must have seen the same movie about 50 billion times? So you could probably literally word for word tell us the dialogue and everything.
That's one thing back in the day we used to do. Especially with the adverts, we used to know the order of them.
That is scary. So what did you do to pass the time?
You were just constantly busy, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have mobile phones back in those days. You couldn't exactly go on Facebook.
Oh, you did? No, we didn't have internet. But, no, it was, reading the paper.
Wow. Yeah, but didn't this room have to be dark?
Yes. But you had a little desk lamp.
Oh, wow. So let's have a look. Where's the... Is this one of the original holes then?
Yeah, so that's the original where the film used to project through.
Well, obviously you can't see through there. Can you see through there? No, you can't. No. But look, there you go. That's the big lens. That's one of the biggest lenses I've seen. And this is obviously just air conditioning.
That's just the ventilation, yes.
Fascinating stuff. I'm now never going to look at movies in the same light again, Darren. So I hope you enjoyed this video behind the scenes of the new cinema in Great Yarmouth. Thank you very much to Darren for showing us around. If you like the video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one.